all Shardvixen here, and I have my foxtail, purple foxtail going on. Woohoo, woohoo. All right, so today is, I think hard, January 21st. It's a Sunday. So the vlogs for a while are going to be on Sundays, because I'm doing streaming on Saturdays, and that ends up being kind of problematic. Problematic. Boy, I have to watch the dough. All right, so today we're going to talk about rosacea. I have a skin disorder called rosacea. It cannot be cured. It can be treated to maintain it so it doesn't bother you as much. I have a couple of forms of it because there isn't anymore just one of anything. So I have all four of them. One has got redness, flushing, and visible blood vessels, which show up on my nose. That's where you see it the most. The redness for me is right here in my face, in my cheekbones, in my nose, a little bit on my forehead, not too bad, and then on my back. And sometimes I get it on my neck. I don't really get the redness much, and I get it right here. But I don't get, and sometimes I get the blood vessels right here. You wouldn't be able to see them. You'll see the sores, and I get patches of those. And you can see a slight redness. The gluten-free diet helps with the redness, with the inflammation in the face. Just for me. I'm not saying it helps for anybody else, because not eating gluten is a sad thing. It's sad to, there goes Bobby Joe, who was not supposed to be sneaking down here, but okay. Bobby Joe is sneaking around. Now they all know you have blonde hair, Bobby Joe. Of course, if they actually, if they went to Shardvixen's Magnificent channel, they would see his beautiful blonde hair. Yes, no faces allowed. Because he did a dance. That was like 2 years ago. He did a dance when I was making something. I might have taken it out. I don't remember. Anyway, so we're talking about rosacea, not Bobby Joe. So there's this. I have sores all over. So I have the redness, the flushing, visible blood vessels. That's the first one. And I am not even going to try to sound out the medical name. Okay. Then we have the next one is redness, swelling, and acne-like breakouts. I get that. Horrible. Didn't have acne as a kid. Have it as an adult. My rosacea, I'll tell you, started when I was 18. But we'll get to that in a minute. Then I have skin thickens and has a bumpy texture. That's on my nose, a little bit on my chin. So it changes the texture of the outline of your chin. I'm starting to get the Wicked Witch chin. And my nose is all bumpy. It looks like the W.C.'s Fields nose, which he had rosacea, they know, and then was a heavy alcoholic, so that compounded it. Drinking alcohol doesn't work. That's bad for it. Okay, then the last one is the eye rosacea. We have cats that are having a fight. Hey, you two. And that has just started for me. So, well, in the last 5 years or so, you can see I got redness in this eye. This eye is the worst eye, of course. And it gets really bad. And it feels like something scratching in my eye all the time. The eyelids don't get swollen too much, but get the red eyes. Alright, so I started getting rosacea when I was about 18 years old. I had, we're going to show on this. Around my nose, I got these little white pimples and bright redness that came out about this far. And they'd hurt. Like, they get all crusty and hurt. This is going to be really disgusting. If you don't like it, now's the time to leave, and I'll understand. But I'm kind of giving you a basis of why, besides being Shardvixen, I wanted you to see Shardvixen on the outside, why I decided to use a mask. And that has to do with a whole lot of other things just besides the rosacea, but the rosacea is kind of the main point. So it hurts for me. It's very painful. And there's days when it's extremely itchy. Like my face, like not just casual itch. Like I got an itch on my elbow and I scratch it and it goes away. That driving, intense itch that won't go away. And no matter how you, I'm not supposed to scratch it, so no matter how much you rub it, it's bad. It hurts to touch the skin like it's been bruised. More so on this side right now, but that's because I have a bunch of new, and see how it's really red right here. You can see kind of that redness. That's a whole new bunch that has just sprung up, but I've had some gluten in my life, and I found that when I stop eating the gluten and then I start eating the gluten because I crave donuts or something, I get big bouches of it. Soda, caffeinated soda does it too. If I drink too much soda, don't drink enough water, drink too much orange juice, too much acidic juices, don't work so well either. And I love fruit juice. When it's really bad, I'll start getting big, like, sores down underneath my neck. And then, not on my chest too much, but on my back. I have a section in my back that when it's really bothering me, like my face is bothering me, that back will start to just itch, 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 and it drives you nuts, kind of itching, like take the skin off kind of itching. It would feel so much better. Now, like I said, there's a treatment for it, but right now there isn't really, I don't know how to say it. There isn't really any way to pay for the medication. Some doctors will treat it like, some doctors will treat it like an infection, and they'll give you antibiotics for it. The problem is that most of the antibiotics that I take for it, I'm allergic to, and they make me throw up the pill. It's really weird. I'll take the pill. Within 15 minutes, I have this intense urge to throw up. If I'm upright, like horizontal, it's worse. If I lay down, if I'm vertical, not too bad. But then it's only like that for 15 minutes and it goes away. So I had where I was taking medication for it, and it was about where it is now with no gluten. So I'm wondering if I took medication and did the non-gluten, if it would be even better. That would be awesome, because it's one of the pains that I have had constantly since I was 18. It only cleared up twice in my life, both times I was pregnant. So there is a suggestion that hormonal triggers could be. I don't use anything on my face. I don't wash my face with soap. I wash it with cold water when possible. If I'm taking a shower and it's a little warmer, that's okay. But cold water is better for it. I don't use anything on my face. I can't wear makeup, of course. Here's what happens when I wear makeup, okay? It's horrific. Sorry, speaking of. So I can't scratch it. I have to rub it till the itch goes away. Sometimes, though, I forget, and then when I forget, what happens is the worst. I have the worst. I have the extreme case of everything. The extremeness of it is that, okay, so you get the pimple on it. I'll tell you what happens with the makeup in a minute. So I get a pimple. Here's the one right here. It's actually starting to heal. And then it will get this big spot of dry skin on it. And then when you rub it, the skin pops off. So at night, in the morning, I'll wake up, and there might be little pieces of dried skin all over my pillowcase, which I then have to, of course, change out the pillowcase quite frequently. Sometimes it'll rub, and it's not ready right there to go. Like I'll be sleeping, or I'll wake up. I caught myself waking up at night scratching my face. That's how bad it is. And it'll bleed. This one right here, I think, did that last night. And I'll wake up with blood spots all over my pillowcases. So I have worn gloves, like you do with little kids who have dermatitis on their hands. I've worn gloves, but I found it doesn't matter. If the skin is dry and I rub against anything, my pillowcase, my hair, whatever, it'll just pop off. The bleeding doesn't work. It won't happen. But I have woken up to blood on my gloves, so obviously I was scratching my face with my gloves. It's pretty bad I think if you're itchy when you're asleep. Because usually your nerves are a lot quieter when you're sleeping. But it's not a thing. I've seen 4 dermatologists in my life, and they all say something different and give me different medications. It's always intriguing to me. Some medications work better than others, but the problem is there are triggers in my life that cause it worse. Now, fibromyalgia makes it worse. I just found out recently, doing some research on fibromyalgia, because I'm always researching new things to do. Excuse me. Okay. That was another itch, but I had to rub it. Now I've got two. I've got two itches going on. One right here, on this side of the skin. And that feels so good right now. I feel like the dog. And then, apparently gluten is another trigger, but that could be a fibromyalgia trigger. It could also be a sensitivity to gluten, because my mother has, celiac disease, which is where you can't have gluten at all. I have an aunt who has fibromyalgia as bad as I do. And fibromyalgia, which I already did one on, but I've learned new stuff about it. Fibromyalgia is hereditary, so it's possible my grandfather had it as well. I don't think he had rosacea, though. My grandmother did. My grandmother had rosacea, and my mother had rosacea, so you can inherit it, I'm sorry to say. I'm not really sick a lot, but I have a lot of issues going on. Oh, the sadness of it all. All right, so we're moving on. I'm sensitive to sun in my face. And then they give me medications that make me sensitive even when I put sunscreen on. So sometimes I don't go out when it's really, really sunny. The older you get, the worse it is. You know, so I have... It's so funny, when I went down for my son's birthday to celebrate it with his family in California. I had that wide brim hat, like a really floppy big hat. I painted it, so it was me. And then I had my swimsuit, and then I had this over silk kind of satin thing that went over like a robe. And I had to sit, when I wasn't in the water, I was in the shade. Wearing that, have to have glasses because of my eyes get really sensitive to light because of the rosacea. So there are, like I said, treatments. They're very pricey. But when it comes down to it, I can't afford the medication, which costs more than $20 a month. I would like to, but they don't. Now, my doctor got this cream that, this just blows me away, costs $500. There are people out there buying cream for their face for $500. That is just like mind-boggling. It doesn't cure your face. It just cleans it up a little bit. Which is just, I suppose if I had $500, I would do it. $500, and it doesn't last. It lasts like a month or 2 months. So you're paying a lot of money to clean up your face. Now, if I had that money to clean up my face, I would. There was a program in which I could get the bottle, the jar, for $20. Yay! Everybody says, $20, that's awesome. Yes, we'd pay $20. It was all set. My daughter's going to pay the $20. But then the company makes it is not supplying certain places with it, so I can't get it now. It's on back order forever and a day. It was funny. I was so excited to try it. I've tried other rosacea treatment stuff, and either they make me sick or they break my skin out worse, because not only on top of it do I have, you know, the redness, which is what most of it takes care of. I have the acne, and the acne is triggered by other things as well. So that's kind of... So, I know what you're all thinking, but you're beautiful on inside, and the beauty will out. We're going to get to that, okay? We are going to get to that statement, because it's such an annoying statement to me. All right, but about makeup. What happens when I put makeup on is... it's so horrible. All right, so those of you who may not know, most people put a foundation down. You can watch any makeup videos out there and they'll show you. I didn't do that much, but they put a powder foundation on or a cream foundation. Then you dust it over with a powder foundation, and then you put another creamy foundation on it to cover, you know, the things. Now, I can do that and get my face completely covered, and then what happens over a period of time, put my makeup on, and everything looks really great. Within 5 minutes, depending on factors, heat, cold, whatever, how the weather is, to a half an hour, the makeup gets sucked into my pores, my nice big hefty pores in some spots, and then itty bitty tiny pores in other spots, and I get this plastic sheen across my face, so it looks like I'm wearing a plastic mask. You know those clear plastic masks? That's what it looks like. This nose is in the way. Boop, boop, boop. All right. So I can't, and the reason I was tilting this way is this eye is better, and you can see me looking at you. I tilt this way, and We don't have such a great eye. Anyway, so. Oh, makeup. So that's why I don't wear makeup. Now, I used to just wear eye makeup, where you put the eyeliner on, the mascara, and a little bit around the eyelids. I can't do that anymore because it's starting to irritate my eyes. I used to wear lipstick, but now I'm getting sores. I could show you just a little bit. Now I'm getting sores right here on my lips. I don't know if you guys can see them or not. I don't even know if I want to show you or not. Look, my little wrinkle. So that's becoming an issue. So I can't wear lipstick or lip gloss or Vaseline or anything. I can't put nothing on my face because it just doesn't like it. Here's the other thing about rosacea. Itchy head. It will go up into your hairline, and you'll have it all over. Not the reason I shave my head, though. It's helpful that I do keep my hair short. In my ears, I don't know if this is the worst ear. I think this one today is the worst ear. Let's see. Right here. See how it stores? It'll go up inside, and then it gets into the back of my ears, and it will crease and bleed and dry. So I can't wear earrings anymore. I used to have plugs in my ears. Well, so what it was is I had earrings. I had 2 pierced earrings on both sides of my ear. And then the metal started eating away my ear, big giant holes. So I stopped doing metal. And even just hyperallergenic metal, nothing. So I started I started putting plugs in because they were plastic. You could get plastic plugs. And I get real pretty plastic ones, spiral ones, you know, the circular ones and whatever. And then that started aggravating my ears. So for the last 3 years, I have not worn any jewelry in my ears at all. So I can't wear makeup, I can't wear jewelry. So I could wear pretty clothes, but I'm really into like comic book t-shirts. That's what I wear a lot of. This one though is starting to be like that commercial where it's getting to, look, I'll be sexy. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, that's about as sexy as you're gonna get, this hot mama. Yeah. Okay. So that's rosacea. I wear a mask for 2 reasons. One, for the rosacea, not because I'm insecure, but because it doesn't film well and it looks slightly disgusting. And I think that when you're a person that you want to get people to be interested in, slightly disgusting doesn't work. Unless I had fangs, you know, and then maybe some hair behind my ears, elfin ears or something. So if I was looking a different way that people thought were disgusting, that more supernatural look, probably be okay. Second reason I wear it is this is the impersona of the part of me that is Shardvixen. And I've had Shardvixen since I was around 14, 15 years old, though she wasn't called that at the time. She was called something different. But she was a fox wolf hybrid. I mean, raven. Those are the 3 that I identify with. Those are my totems. Besides dragons, I love dragons and unicorns and things like that. But they're very powerful to me. And power is an important thing. So the most pretty you're going to get from me, externally, cosmetically, is my hair. And of course, we're still that fine purple. I think the purple's lasting the most. We'll have to do a trim on my hair pretty soon. It's really pouring outside. To do a trim on my hair, we're getting a little raggles here. We'll be doing another rainbow soon. I like the rainbow look. It was fun. This one's a little bit long, but I always say that. And then I edit them, and they're not very long. But it will be out Sunday. Sunday's the max for that. But that's why you're not going to see a face cam without the mask. Unless I cure my rosacea, which there is no cure for, unless I get a treatment plan that goes working. That'll be a while, because I don't know that I'm going to be getting a lot of money for another year or so. I had to throw my case out for my disability and start a whole new one. Fun, fun, fun. I don't know if anybody knows how that works in the United States, but it's a bit of a bitch. So that's it. Any questions you have about rosacea, you can ask me. I'm not like the expert on it. I learn new things all the time. I have I will put in some websites for you to go to if you have it. Certain foods will aggravate you, stress will aggravate you, depression will aggravate you. Oh, wait, all those things you have with fibromyalgia will aggravate my rosacea, and it does. And medication, so I have to be careful of that too. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of this vlog, and I will catch you all. Oh, wait, I have an idea I wanted to tell you guys. So I want to think about maybe on my 100th vlog, we have a live Q&A. I don't know how we'd do that yet, because I can do it live off of my tablet. But I thought I might go outside. I have to look and see when the 100th video is. That's 50 more videos. It's probably going to be closer to Christmas time. So we'll see. Anyway, yeah, about 10 months from now. So we'll see. But that's kind of an idea. If you guys think that's something you'd be interested in, be sure to comment. Anyway, that's all. And I'll catch you all on the flip side.